Now, I'm a firm believer that everyone should be able to have sweets. You shouldn't deprive yourself, because as soon as you start depriving yourself of everything, you fail.
Healthy Fit family, I'm excited to be here. This is amazing. I was so hungry one day. I was at Gold's Gym and I saw that there was snacks. I was like, wait a minute, they were in the cooler. I said, what we're not gonna do is have these cupcakes and these cookies while we're trying to work out. And someone said, no, these are from BodyFit Nutrition. Doesn't this look good? It's red velvet. I said, wait, BodyFit Nutrition, what is that? Y'all, you are not ready for these delicacies that you don't have to feel guilty about because of the nutrients in them. And some of them are for us who are trying to prep. So I'm so excited to be here with the founder of BodyFit Nutrition. She's amazing. She has a story and she is bringing us some good treats that we need to have, especially for the holidays. So without further ado, I have to introduce you to the founder of BodyFit Nutrition, Melissa Cann. Yay! Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're so excited you're here. She's so busy, y'all. She's hard to get in contact with, but she's here today. So just jumping in, because we have all these sweets we're gonna talk about, and I don't feel guilty about eating any of these today, and you won't either. But we just want to know, because first of all, you're real fit. If y'all don't know, she competes, and I'm not gonna follow behind her because she got her pro card. I'm still amateur. But we want to know, you know, how did you just start baking these delicious goods? Did you always like to bake?
No.
Really?
I didn't know how to bake. I didn't like to bake. When I was married, my mother-in-law taught me how to bake bread. And forever, that's the only thing I knew how to bake.
What?
But I'm one of those people who, once I learn something, I want to make it as perfect as possible. So you keep doing it, doing it. And I still didn't like it.
But you have.
But in 2006, I got into bodybuilding.
Okay.
From being a boxer. I was a boxer prior to that.
Really?
And my trainer left me to go back to the Olympics, and I needed to find a new gym, a new trainer, a new everything.
Oh, wait, so you're an athlete at heart? This is what you do.
But I started out in high school as a runner.
Wow.
And ended up as a boxer just because I needed something to do.
That's amazing.
And then got into bodybuilding. So I was going through prep, and we went to New York City. We went to see the Drowsy Chaperone on Broadway. And after that, we went across the street to Junior's. You know, if anybody knows about Junior's, they have cheesecake.
Yeah.
And in prep, I can't have cheesecake.
You cannot.
So when I went over there, I said, do you have anything, sugar-free? And back then, sugar-free didn't exist. Nobody did sugar-free.
Right.
Especially Juniors, everything had sugar in it.
Yeah.
They said, we have fruit. I'm like, no. I had coffee. And I watched everybody eat. So after that, I was determined to find something that I could have. I wanted a cheesecake. I wanted it sugar-free. And I wanted it with high protein. And I went on a search for those items and could not find them, and decided to do it myself.
Oh.
It took me a year to formulate a high protein, sugar-free cheesecake. But once I did that, that was the biggest hurdle. And for prep and for competition, I made these little pumpkin muffins and took them with me, because each muffin had 9 grams of protein.
I was gonna say, you can't have muffins on prep. So when you're prepping for a competition.
And they had like 8 carbs.
Wow.
So if you're talking about a mini muffin, 8 carbs, 0 sugar, 9 grams of protein per, and people started taking them at competition. They would start taking them.
Taking your muffins?
Taking my muffins. And one day, we were there, and a woman walked up, and I had a box of them. The woman said, "How much are they?" And I looked at her kind of funny and said, they're mine.
Not for sale.
They're not for sale. And she says, "Well, do you have?" Because I gave her one. And she says, "Oh, well, do you have? Can I buy the recipe?" "Oh no." I said, "No."
I know that's right.
So my husband says, "Might want to think about doing something. Might want to think about that." And this is what came out of it.
Wow.
But we've been doing this since 2014. We started at an NPC show, and then moved back to OCB and started doing the OCB shows and with Matt Shepley, and he really helped me get this going with our bodybuilding community.
So this spawned and really grew with people that do bodybuilding competitions. And if you don't know, when people say prep, when they're getting ready for a show or something like that, they have very strict diets because diets is a big deal. And for you to be able to create something they can have that tastes delicious, I know these were just a hit.
They can have them. It depends on your diet.
Yes.
And it depends on whether you know how to eat. It depends on your trainer and how he or she has you incorporate carbohydrates into your diet. Now, if you're just training, a lot of these are great for post workout. High carb, high protein, zero sugar. So they're wonderful for post-workout meal, snack, right after, because all those nutrients get absorbed and your body can use them.
I saw them at the gym. I was shocked. I know somebody having these cookies right
Well, you're
afterwards.
going to have, something like this, which I don't think you've seen at the gym.
No.
But this is 21 grams of protein.
What?
But this is a cheesecake brownie. And this is probably one of my main, I love them for a post-workout.
So now that you guys started the BodyFit Nutrition, now I understand, like going to the website, there's two different lines. Could you explain the difference between the two?
Well, we started with the competitors, but at the shows, there's not just competitors. There are the spectators, the people who support the competitors.
Yes.
And they are not necessarily into fitness. And the majority of them are not into fitness. And the majority of them have gluten issues. They have stomach issues. They are diabetic. And not everyone cares about the protein.
Right.
So when you're talking about protein, I'm a firm believer that everyone should be able to have sweets. You shouldn't deprive yourself, because as soon as you start depriving yourself of everything, you fail. Because your cravings get to you, especially if you're not a seasoned competitor. And even if you are a seasoned competitor, we still have those issues where we will fall off the wagon and stay off the wagon. But I find that as long as you have a plan and you stick to that plan, you know how to substitute macros in your diet with the approval of your doctor, your nutritionist, your trainer. You'll be fine. And the trainers know about them. So
so now that's good.
So they know, and they can help you do that.
That makes sense. So you decided to have the two lines, one that wasn't so protein laden with the, still excited about
one
this
that doesn't have the protein and the other that does. Now the Lean Baker is a low sugar and sugar-free line, because diabetics, there's some different types of sweeteners for different types of things.
Yes.
For the bodybuilders, I like to keep the sugars out, because sugar and fats work against you. But for diabetics and other people, sports enthusiasts that just want to keep their sugar low or remove sugar from their diet, but they want other things, they can have the macarons that I just came out with. Those are like 9 sugar carbs. So you have 9 sugar carbs, anywhere from 50 to 90 calories per cookie, instead of 150 calories and 22 grams of sugar. So those are diabetic friendly.
Yes.
And the whole idea is just to take the edge off.
Right.
Not to sit
Indulge
and
and eat a whole box.
in a whole box.
What we will do.
I have to say that there are competitors, you know who you are, who will buy a whole box and eat them all in one sitting.
Yes.
But for me, this is it. I can have one and be done for a week.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Or more.
Yes. I'm excited about this. So what are your best sellers that you have?
What you're looking at sells all the time.
Oh, the cheesecakes. You started with cheesecake, so I know it has to be absolutely delicious. But you got this donut here.
So we have a lemon blueberry donut. We have a double chocolate donut. And we have a pumpkin donut, which I don't have here. But those donuts are, the pumpkin and the lemon are probably the best seller.
What about these cupcakes? I saw cupcakes.
The cupcakes.
Yes.
The cupcake bouquet.
Yes.
Is that what you're talking? Those are for the competitors at the competitions. Those are awards. I create those as awards for competitors so I work with the promoters and we work out how many to give to the girls.
Really? You can't just buy those? You know, somebody might want to buy those for Valentine's Day or something.
If you wanted to buy those cupcakes, so you would get 6 jumbo protein cupcakes. And they look just like roses. Yeah. They're a perfect gift, but they're for 2. So 1 cupcake is 2 servings. Now these are 1 serving. So everything that I do is based on serving sizes. I'm a big serving size person.
I see.
Because we need that because in order to know exactly what we're putting in our bodies and know exactly how much we're eating, I make sure that the serving sizes are moderate. So anywhere from 180 calories to, you might have a dessert that's 300 and some calories, like this one, 330 calories with 19 grams of protein.
So do we have to go somewhere to get these, or can we just purchase them from you online? Like all of these, make an order, you ship them out, or?
You would need to purchase them online. I have a competitor's party box where it would be the chef's choice of 12 in a box or 6 in a box, depending. Or you can send a message and ask for the items that you really want.
Wow. But they are in stores though. Because when I was they're in fitness centers. When I was in Gold, that's when I saw them, right?
We started out, they were in 5-Star Nutrition. They're no longer in 5-Star Nutrition since their headquarters moved to Dallas, and we haven't been able to catch up with them to get them back in. But we do have them in Golds in Ritchie Station and Golds in Crofton. Healthy Fresh Meals, a meal prep company, is also selling these. And we're working our way around to the other gyms, and you'll hear some other things come out.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so, because a lot of people are gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free. They do all sorts of things now, plant-based.
Right.
So you're going in these different routes to accommodate.
Well, we'll try. I've been badgered for years now for vegan.
Vegan?
But,
come on.
The macarons I'm working on are nut-free. Nut-free macarons. These macarons are made with almond flour.
Yes.
And there are so many people who have nut allergies. Yes. and cannot have them. Those little cookies are so delicious. I mean, anyone that's had a macaron knows how they taste, and they are definitely a treat.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So you do these custom orders. I love it. So first of all, my fitness professionals, BodyFit Nutrition, you really need to connect. And then second, if you know anyone who's really health conscious, or a lot of people, diabetics, really watching their sugar intake, or you want to increase your protein. I know quite a bit of people who the doctor says you need more protein in your diet. So instead of grabbing that cake or that cookie, you could just come over here into BodyFit Nutrition and go ahead and order and support, because this stuff is delicious. Cheesecake with the protein, baby. Yes, because I would rather have this than go, because I'm chronic, to go get like a protein shake or a protein bar. But I just want you to tell us why we need to, get your treats instead of go get our normal just protein bars from the store.
It depends on what it is. I don't use any fillers. I don't use your regular protein powders to make this. If it's filler that they're using, that's going to cause it to taste like cardboard. That's going to cause it to be dry.
Well, that's why a lot of people don't like them.
Hard.
Yes.
I use the highest quality products I can find. So these are not cheap, people. These are not the cheapest thing you can buy on the market, but they are the best thing you can buy on the market.
Yes, they are. Well, we're excited about this, and I expect you guys to start following, and we're going to get some of these delicious treats that are more healthiest for us. We don't have to feel guilty. Just a few, not the whole box. But tell us how to follow you, how to contact you. How can we get connected? Let us know.
You can order on our website, retail, at body-fit-nutrition.com. You can follow us on Instagram under BodyFit Nutrition. You'll find me there. You can follow us on Facebook, BodyFit Nutrition, and you'll find us there.
Oh, that's awesome! And you do special events, right?
We do special events. We can do parties. I do cakes, 1 layer to 4 layers. For a birthday party. So we'll do little donuts for birthdays for the kids. We'll do baby cupcakes for the birthdays for the kids. Little mini cakes that serve, 6, but they don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. We try to keep everything healthy.
I love this. I didn't even know that. Now that I know, when my birthday comes up, I will tell you what kind of cake you need to order from our company. Oh my gosh.
You can order it sugar-free only or with added protein.
Definitely with added protein. Well, thank you so much. Well, you gotta leave us with some final words for people to kind of ponder, to motivate us.
If I could tell anybody anything, when it comes to healthy eating or dieting or anything like that, always know what you're eating. Be conscious of what you're putting in your mouth, regardless of whether it has sugar or doesn't have sugar.
Yeah.
Track it all the time, because I can tell you, once you stop tracking, you lose track of how much you're actually eating. We're passive eaters. So if you're writing down everything you're eating and you're really conscious of what you're putting in your body, you're going to keep a healthy weight. As soon as you stop doing that, those pounds start to creep on. So you might be getting up in the morning and thinking you're eating the same quantities all day long, but then they start to catch up with you. And you really don't want that. You don't want to get to the point where you're having a hard time losing the weight.
Yes.
And if you're over 45, that's when things start to slow down.
Uh-oh.
And you have to be conscious of it. You can go to the gym and say, yeah, I was on the treadmill for 40 minutes to an hour, and go home and have 2 glasses of wine and you're done. So, you're just running around in circles.
Oh man. Yeah.
So be conscious of what you're eating and make sure that every calorie counts.
Well, thank you so much, Melissa.
You're welcome.
Founders doing good, y'all. Y'all need to check this out. I'm excited because when you watch this, you know, I'm gonna put it in my story. So I will order for you because I need more people to know about this. So if you tag enough people, then I'll go ahead and make an order for you. So all that to say, but thank you so much. I will see you guys next Sunday. Like and share. This is the Health Connect, bringing you some good stuff. And I'm hungry, so I need to order.